Did you see the trailer for Final Fantasy 16?
No, I didn't. I don't know what it. I
You
know.
like 15?
No, I know. I don't know what it is. But since I've like veered away from the games journalism world and needing to cover all these games, I just don't. I don't look at them anymore. I just don't. Unless it's out next week and I can play it. I don't care.
Yeah, it's a fully cinematic.
Yeah. Okay. I heard that it's more like medieval style. So
Yeah,
they've kind of
like it's like 15 combat, but with like like
12, 9,
9,
yeah.
12 kind of.
Well, 9
feel
is
to
9 is one of my favorites. Like, in fact, actually, no, 9 is my favorite. I will go out on a limb and I'll say 9 is my favorite.
Actually, what it looks like really is Final Fantasy 14.
Okay.
With a 15 battle system.
See, now, conspiracy hat on. As someone who knows a lot about Square Enix and their production cycles,
the same production company.
I have a feeling that after the disaster of Final Fantasy 13, and 13.2 and 13.3, and reusing assets on all of them, I think that they have lost a lot of money, and also the following disaster of Final Fantasy 14, and then having to relaunch that as Reborn.
Game.
Yeah. And bringing Kitase-san into Kitase, not Kitase. Fuck! I literally interview him every year, and I forget his name every year. I'm an awful human being. But yeah, like it doesn't surprise me that it sounds like 14 mixed with 15, because I think if one thing Square Enix really suffer from, it's production cycles. Because Final Fantasy 15 took 9 years to come out. From conception, and there were a lot of problems with it. It changed its identity halfway through.
I kind of feel like the later Final Fantasy games are like, it's like, I feel like they're made for aliens, you know, like they're just not made for like normal people.
Yeah, Yoshida-san, that's it. Yoshida-san.
Yeah.
Thank you to Zombified Potato for subscribing, by the way. And Yoshida-san, is it Yoshida-san? Yoshida. Final Fantasy. Yeah, Naoki Yoshida-san. I've interviewed him so many times. He recognizes me now because I seem to stalk him across the world. I've interviewed him in 4 different countries. It's insane.
Where you keep coming from?
I know. I keep turning up. I've interviewed him in France. I've interviewed him in Las Vegas. I've interviewed him in London, and I've interviewed him in Japan.
Wow.
Like, so many different countries. He just turns up there, and I'm like, hey. Tell me about Final Fantasy 14. But yeah, like, so he's been really good for the franchise, for Square Enix, because, like, he basically came in and was like, yeah, we fucked up. We traded in on the Square Enix name for too long. We just thought putting Final Fantasy on it would just make it sell. And yeah, he just kind of came in as, and now he's just,
for a while.
Now he's just become, like, the fixer. Like, he's just the fixer now. But yeah, I suspect that the reason it looks like
shit game. What should we do?
Yeah, the reason it looks like 14 crossed with 15 is because they're trying to shorten their production time to save money. So they'll absolutely be reusing assets. They'll be reusing that battle system. It doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me at all. And maybe that'll be good. Maybe it'll be good because
it looks nice. It looks fun.
Yeah, because maybe then it means they can put a bit more time into storyline. Because I think storyline sucked for 13 and 15. If I'm honest, it was better, but it was very like I have no fucking clue what's going on.
Yeah. And that's what Final Fantasy really kind of is. It's
the story, yeah. And
if you can't get that right, then you can't make a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, I thought about that the other day because I was talking to Ted about it, and I was just like, do you know what? Given how much I enjoyed 15, I don't actually remember what the hell happened in the storyline. But I tell you what, if we were talking Final Fantasy 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, I could tell you exactly what happens in all of them.
I couldn't tell you what happened in 12. Fuck, I barely remember what that game at all.
I really enjoyed 12. It was basically Star Wars, but medieval Star Wars. But like, yeah, I could not tell you what happened in 15, which is weird because
just a road trip, isn't it?
Yeah, but I played a lot of it. But I think part of the problem was they tried to make it like a cross-platform media thing. So if you'd watched the film, That
yeah, I
was
got
that
sent
was
and then
that
we
was
watched it.
that led up to what happens in the game. So when you start the game, it's actually in the middle of something. Because I remember starting the game and being like, "What the fuck is happening?" And then I watched the film and I was like, "Oh, like okay, now I get
Right.
what's going on." And
I
then
remember
like,
playing the demo, and I just was like, I don't want to
oh
play
yeah,
this game.
no, the demo was completely something different. I think they just created a
Yeah.
completely separate thing. Because I hated the demo as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then like, what was it? The DLC as well, and I think that was endemic of them like needing to just get the game out. Was once they actually released the DLC again, like it made so much more sense, like with the DLC. So again, it feels like they rushed the whole thing out, cut these big old chapters out, and we're like, crap, just get the main game out. And then, like, we'll put the DLC out, but it meant that there were these big holes in the storyline. So, yeah, hopefully, like, you know, meaning that they don't have to create completely brand new assets and do all that means that we could actually spend a bit more time making the storyline make actual sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
my God.
Next 7 remake.
Next
chapter
chapter.
comes out.
I still haven't finished 7.
The ending's wacky.
I got really angry with it. I got really
The ending
annoyed.
is worrying.
Yeah, I got really
Like,
annoyed
makes
with...
me worry that they're gonna change things in the
Okay.
future.
I got really annoyed with the new bad guy in it, and I just stopped playing. And I haven't
Who's
gone
the bad
back.
guy?
I haven't gone back. The new annoying motorcycle bad guy.
Oh yeah, he's only in like 2 scenes.
I know, but I really hated his whole chapter, and I rage quit out of it. I was just like, I can't do this anymore. So
Yeah, he was weird.
yeah, so I still need to finish it.
I mean, there is characters like
eggs
that in
here?
all old Final Fantasy games, though. Let's be honest.
He really harshed my aura, though. Really wound me
He
up.
didn't really fit the rest of the
No.
theme that they were going for.
Just a real jackass, and I hated him. And I hated that whole motorcycle battle as well. Tedious as all hell. Like, ugh. Battle of the hitboxes, you know.
Yeah.
Hated it. Ugh.
It's like, I think that was the only time in the whole game I actually died, because I played it on like the old style battle system
Yeah.
mode.
Roach,
Apparently
that's his
I
name.
shouldn't have, because apparently it's really fun battle system. But,
Yeah, I play it on the new one. I didn't...
mm,
I found it a bit pedestrian on the old one. Which is funny, isn't it?
too easy.
Power of
Oh,
nostalgia.
I wanted that mode, but hard, you know?
Yeah.
What I really want is the old system from the
Yeah, what I
original
really
game.
want is literally just Final Fantasy VII, but
Yeah,
a bit prettier.
that's what I really wanted. I guess they
Um,
just don't. They've just gone action now, and they just don't want to go back to their old turn-based thing, which is a shame because that's why I liked Final Fantasy games. Really, it was less stressful. You could just just chill out.
Ultimately, I've written so bloody much about Final Fantasy, and I know far too much, and I've interviewed so many of the development team over the years. I don't know, I'm kind of in a post-Final Fantasy malaise, where I'm just like, yeah. And I think it's that thing as well of like, I got so badly burnt with Final Fantasy 13 and 15, just in terms of how much fucking time it took to get 15 out. And then just how spectacularly bad 13 and 13.2 and 13.3 were.
I never played them.
Yeah, they're awful.
I've skipped so many. I think after.
Give me the stuff. Give me the
after
stuff. Give me.
12.
You just walked past me. Give me the stuff.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was going to back to
Don't worry about wood and stone. Don't worry about Final Fantasy 13.
How do I give you all 600 wood?
Click on me or something.
I can give you one at a time.
You should just be able to give me the whole thing.
I can drop them. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, don't worry about 13. But yeah, I got so badly burnt with them, especially because it took 9 years for 15 to come out, that I can't get excited about it anymore. Like, everyone's like, oh my god, new Final Fantasy! And I'm like, when is it coming out? Then I will care.
True, yeah,
I do
like,
not
who
want this to be
fucking
another
knows?
9-year wait.
I imagine it'd be faster, but maybe not. What else did I see? Hogwarts, the Hogwarts game. That looks kind of neat. Like an open world Hogwarts game set in the 1800s, so like no bullshit story from all the Dumbledore stuff and all that. It's all new characters. They can't fuck it up anymore.
Good. I've never really played any of the. Well,
No,
I
never
played.
have I. But
I
I mean,
played.
like, just lately they've been fucking up a lot of the old,
Right. Okay.
but really, the Fantastic Beasts stuff.
I played the inevitable movie tie-ins on PS2.
I never played them.
Only because I had to. I had to review them. It was.
Right.
It was a bad time in my life. It was when I was on
I
official.
just remember that PS2 Hagrid gif.
Oh god, it was when I was on official PlayStation 2 magazine, and obviously it was about to die because PS3 had come out and nobody wanted PS2 stuff anymore. So the only games being developed on PS2 were the movie tie-ins. Like Iron Man, I remember playing Iron Man, having to review that, having to review Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, Bolt, that Pixar game, film. And yeah, all the inevitable Harry Potter movie tie-ins. Like literally, the end of the PlayStation 2 cycle, and therefore my career at that point was just reviewing fucking awful cash grab movie tie-ins for the PS2 because no one else was developing games for the PS2. Oh, and Terminator, yeah, Terminator as well.
PS3 was the kind of forgotten console, you know, like
PS3.
Everyone remembers 2. Everyone remembers, like 4 is like still, you know, been going for years now. But 3 was kind of a bit. How long was it around for before 4 came out?
A while.
Like no one had it. Like, did anyone have a PS3? I don't know. Maybe
I did. I think you just skipped it by. I had one.
Maybe I just skipped it by. For me, it's the forgotten console. I guess most people have like funny memories of it.
I mean, I guess I was in games journalism, so yeah, when I moved on from official PlayStation 2 to official PlayStation 3, so but also like I think that was the phase where a lot of PlayStation 3 games came out on PC.
Right.
So you probably just skipped it because you played a lot of PS3 ports or PC to PS3, you know, that kind of thing.
The Xbox equivalent to the PS3. Is that the Xbox One? No.
It was 360 and then it crossed over to I'll be honest,
360.
Xbox is the one where I get really confused because I'm like, do you know what? I don't know.
Yeah, it was a 360, which was, I think, the better. Yeah, that was a great console. So maybe that's what happened. I just played the 360.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just ignored the PS3.
Because that was very console war-y phase, I think. Very like, you know. Tim Plumstein says, Kim, what was the worst game you ever had to review? Most definitely. Although worst, like at least I didn't have to play it for long. It was on PlayStation 2. And it was these 2 games that came out back to back. And they were quiz games. And it was, oh God. Who is that British game show host, like TV game show host? He did like the naked game show hosting. Huh? There was a game show that was like nude people.
Really?
Yeah. I want to say, what was his name?
I don't hear about this.
I don't know. You're British. I'm gonna have to Google in a second. I'll Google it in a second. Let me just finish up selling all these things.
Keith Chegwin?
Cheggers! That's it! Keith Chegwin! Cheggers. It was Cheggers.
Jungle.
Naked Jungle. He had a game show called that. Now, the game that I had to review was not that. The game was not that. Naked Attraction, that was it. The game...
Naked Attraction, that's not Keith Chegwin, is it?
It's Keith Chegwin.
Isn't that like Davina or something?
No, I'm sure it was Keith Chegwin. Anyway... The video game that I had to review was a quiz game hosted by a little avatar of Keith Chegwin. And it was the worst. It was just bad because his animation was awful. Like how he looked was awful. The question and the quizzes themselves were terrible. And I'm sure they only had like 100 questions that started rotating and repeating. And then even worse, not only did they release that, they released it back to back with like some sports person, like darts person, sports player, and he did like the sports quiz version of that. And it was exactly the same layout, the same menus.
Naked darts, that sounds risky.
The same animation. And it was just this boring ass like sports commentator host. Cheggers Party Quiz, that's it. That's what it was called.
What's that game on?
Fucking awful.
It came with like a bunch of buzzers that you could like buzz in.
That literally buzz. Alan Alan Hansen. That's the other fucker. Alan fucking Hansen. So they released these games back to back. Alan Hansen Sports Quiz.
Looks awful.
Yeah. So the wiki page for this has PC Zone's review for Cheggers Party Quiz, and it gave it 10 out of 100, noting that it was a bottom it was a bottom feeding attempt to draw nourishment from the Chegwin name and summarized it as an indefensible, user unfriendly, graphically stilted, nauseatingly joinless, and crash prone wreck of a game. And I agree. God.
Do you ever just get a game that was just so bad and you just gave it a rating and just wrote this game is bad?
Hey, welcome to my party quiz. We're in for some great fun today, so pull up a seat.
Oh my God!
Get yourself comfy, and let's get on with the game. Wahey!
What do you look at that?
Yep, this is it.
Whee! It's me. Now it's time for some hot buzzer action.
It's like the I'm a gnome.
And if you can answer these questions, then you've pretty much won the quiz, because they only had like honestly, the questions just kept repeating and repeating and repeating, and that's it. And I had to review that, and then they just made the same game again, but Alan Hansen, and they released the same thing, but with this miserable fucker, Alan Hansen. Look at it!
Have been sung. The ref has his whistle to his
What a
mouth.
boring man.
It's time for kick-off.
Right.
You'll see a question and 4 possible answers.
He just sounds like he wants to die.
He probably does.
The right answer will
He's
earn you
recording
some-
a voice for a shitty PS2 game.
So yeah, I had to review these two back to back.
No.
Oh no!
It's all over the
Where is he? Where's his animation?
Who's in the
Oh,
There
no.
he is.
It's vitally important to keep it tight in the early rounds. Who's got what it takes as we go into the big break rounds?
So there you go. That is the worst game, the worst 2 games, the worst cavalcade of games I've had to review ever, and I had to play them back to back, and I reviewed them in one afternoon, because I'll be honest, guys, I did not play them for any longer than an hour each. And then I shat out a review, and I had a headache, and I went home, and I took a good long shower, and I felt really dirty about it, because I fucking hated those games. Ugh. Oh, God.
That's the best video on YouTube.
Still traumatized. I'm still traumatized by it. Thanks, Tim, for re-traumatizing me. Reminding me of that. Stuck in the dark recesses of my brain. Now I have to remember it. Oh, God.
Alright. We're awake.
Keith.
Welcome back to Stardew Valley. Where's my wife gone?
Keith fucking Chegwin. You just did the most YouTuber intro ever. Oh, God, no. I've accidentally walked myself to the beach. Twat.
Oh my God, she got up early and watered some crops for us. You mean all the crops that are sprinkled?
Yeah, brilliant. You just defaulted to YouTuber
she
mode.
filled Tiddled water bowl though. That's nice.
That's good.
I did. I defaulted.
You defaulted to
I
like.
gave you a nice place to cut to. When
Well,
you edit the YouTubes.
I spoke over it though, so because I was too busy ranting about Keith motherfucking Chegwin
Motherfucking joke. When are my flowers gone?
and Alan Hansen. Truly, that was the cursed era of gaming. Because that was it. Because the Wii was out at that time as well, and the Wii wasn't doing particularly well at that point. So it was just literally the Wii. So the Wii and the PS2 just had the shittest games in the world, just absolutely spaffed out on them, just to like try and hit the. I think it was people trying to hit the kids' Christmas present market. You know, like, I don't really know. My child has a console, but I don't really know anything about it. But it's a party quiz. Keith Chegwin.
I was thinking about that actually with the new consoles.
Yeah.
There's 2 versions of each one. One has disc, one doesn't.
Yeah, I was thinking about it too.
How many grandmas
Oh,
are
yeah.
buy discs for kids that
Yep.
have the one that doesn't take discs?
Yep.
How
I can't
often is
wait
gonna
for that.
Because that is going to happen.
Yeah.
all
Oh,
the fucking
absolutely.
time.
I was thinking about that too. Yeah. Poor grannies. They just want to be good. They want to be good.
Or a kid will get like he'll open his Christmas present and it will be a PS, an Xbox Series S and like 4 box games, and they're gonna be like, I can't play any of these.
I would hope that good, honourable shopkeeps would
Got online though.
would help out and be like, whoa, do you know what console your kid does have? And then like,
I mean, if you bought that from a physical shop like Game, I imagine that would be the case. But if you buy it on like Amazon, you're not going to get any of that, are you?
Yeah. Which, you know. But yeah, that's the kind of generation I was stuck in, was the kind of tie-in games like, oh, my grandson Billy enjoys the film Iron Man, and he has a games console. He has a Wii. I will buy him Iron Man on Wii. And it's just like the worst mother trucking
Iron Man on Wii.
basic ass. Like, oh god, I hated that game as well. Like, any PS2.
I got that on my Steam account.
Yeah, any PS2 Wii movie tie-in adaptation, I had to review it, and it was ass. I did not give them kind reviews. I was not kind.
That was not kind.
I was not kind to them. I was tired. I was concerned about my job, because obviously PS2 magazine was going out of business.
Speaking of terrible movie tie-in games, have you tried the new Avengers game?
No, but I've heard it is a hot mess.
How did they fuck it up so much?
What's bad about it?
It's just bad. Like, it's just not fun. Like the quest is just garbage. Just like hitting stationary objects for ages.
I was weirdly
All the AI is terrible.
I was weirdly disturbed by how not like any of the heroes look.
Yeah, it's creepy because they're not based on they are based on the movie versions, but they're not allowed to use their images.
It's kind of like, you know Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You know, there's like a Canadian is it Canadian version that was released, like French Canadian version. So of course they've like recast everyone, so they're kind of the same, but they look different. Like, and so it's just weird because you're like, I'm looking forward to seeing Terry Crews, and then it's like, oh, this is weird.
Oh man. You get to play Miss Marvel though, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
Her powers when in the comic look a bit wacky, but when they're animated look really weird.
Okay. Oh.
Like, you know how she has like inflating hands
Yeah.
and stuff. It looks really strange.
Oh really?
It's like, how do you animate that and make it not look a bit
Yeah.
dirty, you know?
But I guess she is a bit derp though. Like her powers are a bit.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to, because the rest of them aren't that dirty.
Yeah. They're quite super ethereal. Duncan, what am I doing in this game? What should I do?
I'm waiting for my pickaxe still.
I just remembered the other worst game I have ever reviewed. And that is on the PlayStation 3. But it was one of the first games on the PlayStation 3 because it got trapped in the kind of generational crossover. So, you know, developers still kind of get an experience in learning how to, you know, develop for the PS3. It was the Terminator Salvation movie tie-in.
Wow.
And if I could use one word to describe it, that word would be brown. It was the brownest game I have ever experienced in my life. Even browner than Clive Barker's game that no one's ever played.
It was probably made in Unreal or something.
Yeah.
There's a lot of brown games in that era of Unreal.
It was so bad. It was ugly. It was brown. It had the emptiest maps in the world. Like, just with the ugliest drones. And, yeah, it was awful. Oh, my God. So bad. So bad.
By the duck, the coop upgrade yet?
It's happening. Robin's
Okay.
in there. If you go in there, she's in there. See?
Nice.
She's hitting it,
Hammering away.
making it happen. Note Player says, were there any games that you did enjoy, Kim? I did enjoy Persona. So one of the great joys of reviewing PS3 2 games was Persona 3 and Persona 4, and discovering those. That was great. I really enjoyed them. If anything, I kind of prefer Persona 3 and Persona 4 over Persona 5. Controversial. I like this. Kita Shimakaze has copy-pasted Eurogamer's review for Terminator Salvation. So they gave it 2 out of 10. And they went, 1 point for the load screen, 1 point for not exploding my PlayStation 3, although I may burn it down anyway just to be on the safe side. That's accurate. I feel that. I feel that in my soul. I can't remember what I said about it. Like, because most of my reviews went on print, not online. So, yeah. There's not a lot of I don't have a very big online journalism footprint.
Aw. You'd find. Do you have like all the magazines that you published?
Oh yeah. I have all the magazines and I cut out bits. So I have
scan them all.
Yeah, I
Get
have
it all
physical
online.
copies. I have really old photos of me in the magazines, so quite funny. Back in the day, I joined official PlayStation 2 back in the day when they still ran quite pornographic ads in them.
Oh really?
Oh my god, like phone lines, sexy phone lines and stuff like that.
What really?
And I remember giving it the first magazine I was ever in that I gave to that went to print. I gave to my mum, and my mum was like, "Is this normal?"
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I'm sure I used to get them when I was a kid. I guess I didn't get that.
You probably just didn't even think about it when you looked at it. But yeah, Future Publishing mags, they all had dirt, what was it? Tatty, horrible, dirty ads in them.
Wow.
They got taken out after a while, like a couple of months after I joined, because I think at some point Future were like, maybe we shouldn't.
What's our main audience? Children.
Yeah. Maybe this isn't a great idea.
Isn't quite appropriate for a magazine mostly aimed at children.
Yeah.
Isn't gluten such a great word? It just sounds like what it is.
Gluten.
Gluten. It sounds sticky and messy, doesn't it? Gluten.
Gluten. I like it when words sound like the thing that they are.
Yeah.
Apparently, Extinguish All Hope says truffle oil gives
Powerful.
good money, but you need pigs for that. Piggies.
What are you pigs for? Truffle oil?
Truffle oil. Truffle
What are
oil.
pigs in? Are they in the barn?
Yes.
Oh, are they after sheep, or can we get them as well as sheep?
I don't know. Can I go and get a glass of water real quick?
Yeah, I might get a drink too.
Yeah?
5 minute
Right.
break?
Yeah, 5-minute break. Going to take a 5-minute break, everyone, where I get some water and pee. Well, it'll probably be more like a 2-minute break because I pee fast and Duncan.
You really do.
Yeah.
I feel like a fire hydrant.
Well, yeah, it's a very strong stream. It's very forceful, very direct.
There's a crack in the front of the toilet bowl.
I've had to reinforce it. The toilet is very strong, made out of aluminum and diamond.
Oh, yeah?
It's a diamond toilet, strongest material there is.
Wow.
Yeah, powerful.
All right, see you in 5.
Well, shorter than that, but you know.